Hi, this is Dave Bennett from T2HA.com. A lot of people ask us, why T2HA.com? Why should I get a website from you? The answer is because we don't just create a website, we create a plan for you and a way to a retirement asset and build through phases to get there. We don't just do one website, we do lots and lots of websites for any size company, large or small, and we can even create a directory for you which opens up very many income streams. So let me just do a quick run straight from the beginning and show you the difference in that quality makes, the things you really need to pay attention to. First of all, I want to make this clear. This is my channel on YouTube. Okay, that's where you're seeing this video from now. We've been around for a long time. I've got 644 subscribers. I got videos running from, a couple of weeks ago, last time I did one, to 8 years ago. All right, we've been running and working with the same stuff, just developing upon it, improving upon it, morphing it into what it's become today. And the latest version of what we've been doing popped up, and we started doing the first public videos on it even 3 years ago. And that was a long time ago. Where we're at now with the same system, theme to HTML, is just far, far, far advanced. Okay, so I want to walk you through from the beginning on, and let me do it by just showing an example with a simple website. We put this one up not long ago. What we did was redid an old website to make it a lot more powerful. So we took a website that was about 7 years old, modernized it, just got indexed by Google about a week ago, and after a little bit of dancing, Google dancing, now we're starting to show up for the different sensible keywords, mid-range keywords that the guy needs. But it's not just one or two keywords. I'm going to make a point here. This is South Milwaukee. Lock change is one kind of keyword. Lock change services in New Jersey is another one. And then we have Ottsville locksmith services here for lock change, locksmith services Ottsville. And these are all entirely different places, okay? Let me just show you what that looks like because it's all for one website, locksmithsolutionservices.com. So let me just walk you through this. We got banner blocks, which is great because it takes the submenu links out of the submenus. Okay, we found that this increases click-throughs on the submenu links, which really drives the extra sales that a company needs. Makes a website a lot more profitable than sticking with submenu links. Okay, so that's one thing we found is extremely important. You can be interested in banner blocks or not, but I'm telling you, it's valuable. Now let's make this point. If you take a look, we have Ottsville, right? I was talking about the different cities for the one website. They have their own phone number. You can get forwarding phone numbers from callfire.com, that kind of thing. Okay. Now let me point this out. Every website's got its own stack of pages. Okay, the pages do whatever they do. They have sidebar items, and the sidebars can be the same or different page by page, literally up to you. That's the way our templates are built. Pages load extremely fast, error code free. I'm going to point that out very shortly. But let me just step back and show you the front end. Okay, so that was that for Ottsville. Let's take a look at what the front page of the exact same website looks like. Well, take a look at this. It's got a sort of directory of all the cities they serve. Okay, big franchise. And if you take a look, they have every different city in here. And if I go to another city, I'm going to realize what's happening. The phone number is different for that city. Everything's different for that city. The logo will stay right here on this city. All that kind of thing is going on. All right, so that's just a question of what a company needs. All right, and take a look at something else. Here's a page for every single zip code for all you guys who are interested in the zip code approach, because that's exactly what we're going with, area by area. Anyone can do this. This is simple. Once you have the website set up, it's very, very easy. These are cool websites, by the way. So let me just keep walking through this. Okay, this is supposed to be an overview. Let me try not to get too deep. We did a backlink watch search for that exact website just to indicate to you there are no backlinks. Okay, even backlink watch can't follow it. So this thing is showing up under its own steam. It is a profitable website, and it's showing up for literally thousands of keywords. And again, based on all the locations they're in all over the place. All right, now let me explain, because that sounds pretty strong, especially for a website to have literally no backlinks and be ranking at all for anything. Okay, here's what is. We'll do your websites, make them the way you want. We have a ton of power in the way we set these things up. We can run internal links in content to the different pages that are involved up in here, pages that are either in the menu or deeper level pages, okay, that are not in the menu. And we can do this site-wide. We can include anything you want for videos, custom sidebars, entries, and we've built these things already with the smartest ways to go about it in mind. One thing I'd love to show you real fast before I forget, click to text. I almost forgot about that. Sorry about my desktop. We've been really busy. Watch this. Go to mobile view. Take a look. Now, granted, we could switch the color or the color on here, but that's all built into the MM panel. What's the point? This, if you hit it on a mobile, actually allows you to click to text. So you can send a text message to the company. Why? Because that turns out to be in great demand for a lot of companies these days. Whether you're an orthodontist, lawyer, or anybody else, people are scared to call you because they're not ready to commit, but they like to ask you if you're open on Saturday. And yet, filling out the contact form might be tricky, especially if they're traveling, right? Because then they have to enter in all the fields and they have to do the whole I'm not a robot bit, okay? And there you go. You know, that's kind of tricky. For crying out loud, get the point? So anyway, this is what makes a click to text option extremely valuable. So you can flip it on or off inside the panel, but it's a function. I'll show you another function. Gallery images, okay? You can have images, they can have titles, they can even have paragraphs. It's completely up to you. And the purpose of these is to show the different things that you do. The images can click to their related page in the menu, or they could even click clean off the website like this one happens to do, okay? And I just put that in there for the fun of it. But what's the point? You can get your anchor text backlinks for authority, external links, external authority links. You can link inside your website all you want. Cool thing about a gallery, it's easy to set up inside the panel, so that's really valuable. Another one, videos. You can decide how many columns for the videos or the images. And again, you could put titles and paragraphs or not, completely up to you. But this allows you to put your images into your site, your videos into your site. It's really powerful. So these are things built into the templates that we offer. Now let me get to the real nuts and bolts though. Why do you want to choose us? Because every time you hover over an icon in the back end panel, it's got clear and obvious instructions explaining what the things are and how you work with them and how valuable they are. These are absolutely worth having, and everything in here is clear. It's so useful that if you've never used it before, you'd be surprised. You can drag and drop the pages and save the sorting, okay? You can put pages and make them submenu links of the other pages. Every one of these, when you go in here, they have options for things like a spinner with complementary API keys, and the purpose of that is you can just simply hit a button to spin the content, paste it back into place so that you have spun content on a page if you're interested in that. Whoops. Or you can use an article generator if you want and just put in some new keywords. Comes with a complementary key as well. Stick in the keywords, the sub keywords, go through the different options that are available here and hit use that. And guess what it does? It takes the article, you copy it, you hit that, and boom, it pastes it in complete with images and or videos, depending on your settings. And you just created more content. You could have the pages be in the menu or not in the menu, or just externally link to some other place. It's up to you entirely. If you externally link, it'll go in the menu like a link to your blog or a link to your forums. Okay, these are powerful options, and yet they're jitterbug easy. Now I'm dating myself when I say that, I know. But for those of you old enough to remember the old jitterbug cell phone commercial about how easy the jitterbug phone is because it's got really big buttons and stuff like that. Coolest thing is this admin panel is very intuitive for non-programmers. And that is awesome because it means that you don't have to be a tech to use this thing. It becomes really obvious to you in the back end, and it is full control. You have settings for every color, every font, everything you possibly want to change in the way of color schemes, anything you would like. Okay, drag your ball and arrows and save your changes. You can put in images and decide where they're supposed to show up and whether they repeat horizontally, vertically or not. You can put in, decide whether things have parallax or not. You can change any color scheme for all of the individual sections of the entire site. That means you can absolutely control the look and feel of everything in the website. You can also decide whether the website is supposed to be boxed or fluid. Literally, whether the website runs all the way out to the sides or stays tight in a box is completely up to you. So those are part of the controls. I'm going to keep going though so I don't get too carried away. All I want to say is You can learn this back end in a day, even a couple of hours, everything you would use on a day-to-day basis. We even have an image optimizer. You can pull in as many as 9,000 images we've tested. The image modules drag and drop from your desktop to the front. You can just drag and drop images. But when you're putting images in throughout all the website, even if you're creating hundreds of pages, if you want, you can. And then you're putting in all these images for whatever, I don't know, catalog items, you're uploading them. Then you want to run the full panel image optimization. And if you do that, it will straight optimize all your images in place for you, so you don't have to use an image optimizer. What's the point? To make your pages load really, really fast. That brings me to more nuts and bolts. Google is extremely interested in fast loading pages with no errors in the coding, and that they have canonical links and schema, and so on. So first thing I want to point out, our websites have no errors, no warnings. When we do work for you and hand it over, you as a client, we make sure that your website has no errors. Errors are horrible. You want to check your website for errors, you'll probably find there are very many. And if you're not ranking high, that's one reason why. Validator.w3.org. Go there. Put your website in, any website you've done. You can put in any client's website. http:// whatever it is you want. Okay. You should see this, but you probably won't. You'll probably find you have a lot of errors and warnings. And especially you guys on WordPress, because every time WordPress makes an update, or every time you click on some add-in module, all of a sudden you have coding errors. And this is horrible. It happens all the time. Every time WordPress updates, we do believe that we're compatible with WordPress, Weebly, Joomla, Wix for our own reasons. So you're just starting to discover some of that now. We do our own add-ons. So once we check your document and deliver it, it is straight. It's not going to have errors. They may do some updates on their own, so they may just sort of twist their interpretation of an error. Okay, that's a different thing. But with WordPress, you have problems with them making updates that break stuff. Okay, our updates don't break things because we do all our own add-ins, so we know what's going on with them. Here's another one. Your page speed should look like this. You go to a website that you should have mobile, and it should be high. It may be 100 out of 100. It may not. If you have add-ins like a Google Map, then it's a third-party add-in, or Facebook plugin. You might take you down to like 97 or 95 or maybe even 89 if you have a lot of plugins. Okay, but that's where you should be, and it's called in the green. Most websites aren't like that at all. Do a Google search for page speed tool. This is Google's page speed tool called Insights, page speed insights. Go put in any URL you want. See how your pages are. They should be like this, but they're not going to be. You're going to have a lot of errors. You're going to see red or yellow, hopefully yellow, but most websites see red. Okay, that's another reason for our templates. Another reason that we were ranking here is because of high page speeds and no coding errors. Okay, that kind of thing. Let me continue. Canonical URLs. All right. Go check out the source code of any of your web pages. See if you're using canonical URLs. If you are, you'll see something just like that. You can do a search for Canon, C-A-N-O-N, and you should see a URL. And if you click it, it should really go to the page. What's the point of the canonical URL? Well, without it, then Google doesn't know if you want to serve the www version of the page or the non-www version. Here's the thing then, it splits the link juice between both. So literally your link juice is cut in half for every single page you have on your website. Well, that's horrible. You cannot rank as high when your link juice is split in half. So literally adding canonical links into your website, page by page, every page specifies what the exact URL is supposed to be, chops up that problem. It recombines that link juice, so you effectively double your link juice just by running this. Okay, it's that important. Canonical URLs should be happening in your website. If they're not, that's one reason you're not ranking as high as you should be. If you add it in, you rank higher. Let me show you another one that's even bigger. Biggest kept secret. Okay, it's about 3 years old, is schema. Schema was invented under a white flag between Google, Bing, Yahoo, and Yandex. You can go look all this up. Purpose of schema is to very clearly specify to the search engines what the web page is about, page by page. And so schema scripting is hand-built and plugged into the page, and it can be tested on a structured data testing tool offered by Google, and there are other ones out there. And you can just go double check that your page has no errors in the schema. Okay. When you use schema, instead of Google trying to guess what your web page is about, it gets to know it because you are using coding that clarifies it. Same with Bing and Yahoo. What's the effect? Your pages rank a lot higher than your competitors because most of your competitors have no idea what schema is. They are not using it. You probably do not have it in your own web pages because it's relatively new. Or if you do have it, go check the structured data testing tool and make sure it's free of errors, because those people who've put it in have put in an amateur version of it. They've just grabbed what they could for coding and stuck it in. And if it shows errors, Google pretty much ignores it. Most of the time, Google's going to ignore it because it's going to consider it unfinished. Want to learn more about schema? Go to schema.org. In all of our templates, everything we do for all you guys, all your services and things you buy from us, schema is built in. And not just built in, it's built into the global variables. Okay? Here's the point I want to make about that. I was talking about these websites, okay, and I want to make this point right now. If I go to the main version of this website, okay, here's what we've got. We had a website that looked like it had, what, about like 10 pages and a few internal pages, maybe 12 or so, but we have it for every different section. How many pages are on this website? Well, let's take a look, okay? Locksmith Solution Services, this is the site : check on Google, 1,160. So you can think of keyword combinations being based on the meta title and the meta description. Different keyword combinations for the meta title, different keyword combinations using wording in the meta description, and even the URL tend to help pull up the website, okay? And there you go. You work from longer tail into shorter tail. That's kind of how rank works, and you earn it as you go along. So for a lot of people who say, well, wow, trying to compete for the shortest tail is extremely hard and it's temporary because the competitors keep fighting back. But if I can go large on my productions, I'll get a few visitors a month per page, you know? And what happens is it adds up to more traffic than just trying to compete for the short tail keywords. So instead of spending $1,500 a month to stay up there for the top keyword, I can spend like $150 a month or less or nothing, but just make lots of pages surrounding my topics, and I can cover everything I need with a better fingerprint so that I get traffic for next to nothing. That's what we do with you and for you with our productions. Let me continue because this gets bigger. For those who say, wow, do you guys do templates? I just came down low. We've been doing templates for a long time now. Okay, I mean, I can just scroll these in, and the latest, what is it? The latest 60, no, I'm sorry, the latest 44 templates that we've done that are publicly available, coming publicly available, literally under this February expansion deal right here. This is new, the newest, strongest, most powerful templates we have. Okay, let me just keep going. And these are the latest, greatest templates we're going to make all year. They're so strong, we're done developing. Everything from now on is strategy. 5 years of development led us here. Now it's just straight strategy, working with companies large and small, helping them stair-step their way up the ladder of success to a level they want and need. Okay, so no matter your size, we have options for you. Go through the menu links and check things out, and you'll see that. All right, let me go further. What have I got? You can start with something like this from the building blocks, for instance. You can get a custom template. We'll create it for you. It'll have the admin panel, the images optimizer tool. It'll have canonical URLs, schema built in, no coding errors, and maximize page speed. As a matter of fact, here's a note about that. See this whole bit down here about maximize page speed? We're done with that. If you buy now, before we combine the prices together, then you're getting the advantage for free now. Okay, if the price goes up, it's because the price should go up. It's supposed to go up. We're going to put it up sometime here. Those of you beat the punch, buy it now. That's a good idea. Okay, and what that means is we'll take and create a template for your industry, done your way with a company logo for you, set up. The only thing we want to do with the template is the custom copywriting. If you have content we can plug and play into your website, we'll do up to 10 pages for free and make all those pages look awesome. The fonts will be great. The images will be in place. If you need content copywriting, That's what jobs like this are for. You can go ahead and read up on what these building block items are for and see what's going on. Go through everything. It's interesting to see what we have here, but let me not digress. Let me continue through this pretty quick because I want to show you how things ramp up. Now, you want to add 1,000 pages to your website so that you can also have this kind of thing happening for you. That's exactly the point. Okay, so an extra payment will sit down and strategize out what your website should do and what your areas of operation should be and whether you have all your pages in place. We'll get all the schema organized the right way so that all of your pages are going to have schema and canonicals built into them, all those thousands of pages, and we'll pump it out. Okay, this helps you rank for lots and lots of keyword combinations, and that helps you get lots and lots of traffic for free, even if literally you have like no backlinks. Okay, and that can be grown forever. So for people who are just thinking about it, yes, we can push you forward and just keep you growing and growing and growing. All right, this is a better deal. For those who know to create multiple websites so you can have multiple front page listings on each keyword. Okay, that's what some people get into. They understand what the point is for getting more websites. This stuff explains it. And then they understand why they might want to make massive runs on those websites as well. We can do huge jobs for you. Let me keep going because it goes even further. A lot of people say, do you have any training, that goes deeper into strategies and everything else? Oh yeah, sure. Like I said, we've been around forever, got hundreds of videos. You can go through and see all this stuff. This will teach you anything you want to know. There is power in this stuff. And like I say on my channel, what a lot of people do is go straight to my URL. Okay, they just go to youtube.com/maxedtraffic. Okay, that's it, maxedtraffic. And it'll take you here. Hit on videos. Okay, and you can watch our latest videos to see the latest stuff we're doing. All right, and that'll really help you understand where we're going and what's going on. So there are a lot of guys who are starving for this information to fill in the chinks so that they just can better understand where they want to go. That's where you can go to see the latest stuff and what we have for you. Okay, it's a big deal. What else? Okay, we always talk about the value of a directory. What if you really were one of those bigger guys, or you're ready to climb bigger now? You got a website, took the money, bought more websites, took that money and said, now I want to go much bigger. What can we do for you? All right, a directory is a really massively powerful option. We have a lot of guys getting directories and websites from us, and some of the videos on my YouTube channel cover that. Let me point out an example of what that's like. Let's take a locksmith directory. Okay, I can select an option, let's say emergency locksmith, and let's say I'm looking in Denver, okay, and I can do a search. And there alone, I'm going to see 77 results. Matter of fact, let me just take a moment to clarify something by killing all the searches and just doing a wide search so it shows me everything in this directory. Oh, pretty interesting. 6,319 total results across the entire US. All right. It's just on and on and on forever. Now, here's the thing that no one knows. Okay. All of these websites, no matter what, I can just go to one of them, right? And they're going to have all this information broken out. It's all structured data. It's wonderfully cool and clear and consistent. Okay. And this directory makes this whole collection of websites with the directory does very well. Now I want to point this out. We can go to the website itself and check it out. And guess what? It's the Denver subdomain on this website, isn't it? With the Denver phone number on this website, right? And if I click on the logo, it stays right here. But I could go to another section of the website by going to the directory on the front page. Again. And if we go here, there's a different phone number for that area. For all you guys who know, for those of you who do run dispatching stations, okay, and you're just wondering, yeah, we can do this for affiliates, referrals, franchises nationwide. Now, here's the secret that no one really knows, and this is the most interesting thing. All these websites, the 6,300 and so, what is this? This is about 360 different domains that each have like 85 subdomain projects on them, between 60 and 85 each. Okay, so there's over 20,000 web pages in play, all benefiting, guess what, one client. All of this was done for one client. This whole stack here generates a profit split of, and I'm guessing, but it's got to be something around by now, 200,000 a month for them. Okay, or a total profit between them and the locksmiths that they dispatch the jobs out to all over the U.S. Okay, like 400,000 a month in profit splits, about 2 million a month in economic activity. Again, don't hold me to the numbers, but I know enough from the inside, the tracking coding and what's going on to throw that up as a pretty reasonable estimation of where they are right now. Okay, and we're only going for more. Maybe we have a market capture of about 5% nationwide right now. And that's interesting because it's one company with the illusion of diversity. We can do that for you, and it's legitimate. Anybody have any questions or want to challenge me on that? Give me a call. I will tell you many ways to do this yourself in quite an amazing way. You can take a plumber who has 17 employees spread around the nation. We can create a website for each employee out of their own home residence, because no one goes to the plumber goes to you. So they're going to run basically their own independent operation out of their home. But hey, they need to wear the hat with the logo on it. They want to represent a brand name that's known. So they want the suit. They want to be able to use tools without buying them. They want to have access to the truck with the logo without buying it. And not just that, but they need a dispatch station to dispatch the calls to them so that they're not trying to answer the phone while they work. Guess what that means? There's going to be this main company that basically is hiring them and is hiring them anyway, who works with them. So they're going to run their websites for them. But the phone numbers are going to lead back to the dispatch station from the different locations, right? And the dispatch station is going to work with all of them together. So it's going to dispatch each job to each next guy in turn. How's that sound? It's a group effort for a group advantage. That way, if the pipe bursts in the garage and water's pouring everywhere and the wife freaks and she calls her husband who's driving down the road and says, call an emergency plumber, and he knows to pull off the side of the road and look for an emergency plumber on his cell phone, then even if you're on the other end of town, now you have a fighting chance because one of your employees probably lives over by this guy. Okay, so you cast a web of websites out there around the city, and they're all working together to draw leads into the dispatch station. So they're all working together. Somebody said, what can you do for recommendations for each of those guys? Well, heck, you got 16 different guys. They can use recommendations that they've gotten on each other's sites. 16 recommendations for site. In other words, they work with each other, trust each other, would trust each other to do their plumbing. They would represent each other. So why don't you use 16 to create recommendations for one on each site? Go round robin. Get the point? It's really huge. Okay. Let me go further because again, now I'm talking about the guys who are leading up in a power plays and they're thinking about creating a retirement asset. I want to create a massive directory with thousands of entries, make them all rank because, and that's just it. Here's another secret. What can you do? And this has been done with newer directories. It wasn't done with this one. This one came in from the other end. Okay, where directory was the last concept. What if you start with a directory and intentionally, when you build a project, you create the social icon for the directory that's going to be used on all those websites so that they all point into their member page on the directory. And then we put all the members in the directory pointing back out. Well, here's the thing. All those websites can point in, and that brings link juice in. They can all have a social icon on the website pointing into this page, their own page, deep backlinking into the directory. But the directory can no follow the links back out to them. No follow. What's the point? The directory harbors the link juice. So now we can use that to benefit whatever money sites we have. So we can actually create our own backlinking web of websites that sell us. They are all out there to sell us and have them all bring link juice to a central harbinger that can actually redirect that link juice out to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 money sites for ourselves and our partners. Okay, then we can still open the door for competitors to join the directory and charge them per lead or a premium membership fee. In other words, if you can't beat your competitor, at least take some of their money. And that way you keep earning. Whether you get the sale or they get the sale, you're making money. Yeah, this is thinking correctly. This is thinking about growth the right way. And we can automate this in a way you wouldn't believe. Doing this development for our first client took about $180,000 and 3 years, 2 years and 2 months after we had the core section of the system developed to build this far in. Now we can reproduce this environment for anyone, and we've already started to with many people. for a fraction of that price, $6,000, $7,000. As a matter of fact, if you're wondering where that deal is to build pretty much that same concept, slightly smaller, but gets bigger as you go, do this. Professional services, okay? And you can see what that's all about. We're talking about something like this, okay? $7,000 to reproduce what used to cost $180,000 basically, all right? Little bit smaller, but then actually ratcheting it up is easy at that point. It's just up to you. So take the profits to add on more. Take the profits to add on more. Where was I? Oh yeah, I want to make this point. Again, another website, how many pages we have? 2,440 pages, all reaching out throughout those area, offering up whatever their keywords are, page by page by page. Again, fascinating, right? 360 websites, each have at least 1,000 or 2,000 pages on it. All right, all working together to benefit the guy. And because Google's indexing these pages, they have link juice. They all have the right to bring link juice into a center if we did that, if we actually created social icons and linked to the member profile on the directory. Crazy, huh? So you might say, man, it's got to be a lot of work and a lot of expense to make all those web pages. And the answer is not really. Why? Because we've built the tools that simplify that. We have a T2HA toolbar, so we know how to, and this is going to sound weird, but we can do it. Inside your admin panel, you can download the website. That downloads everything except for the, where am I going to get to the right thing? All right, right here, take a look. You can download the feed file, and that downloads all the information for the website inside an Excel file. Talk about crazy, okay? This is how far this goes for guys who want to get advanced. Now, this is the weirdest thing, but just trust me on this. All those pieces of the website are laid out in all these sections. Let's say I wanted to do a whole bunch of websites where all I was going to change was the location each time. Fine. I'm going to find where I have my address is going to stay the same maybe or not, but I'm going to say we service a city and a state. So I'm going to leave my stuff the same on the site. But for city and state, I'm just going to paste in the list of cities, wherever that go, here, city and state. I'll just paste that list in going straight down. 32,000 cities for the whole US. You could do it. It's kind of overkill. Let's do 60 or 80. Okay, you know, a plumber only services like 15 anyway. Could we do more? Sure. So we just put the stuff in. There's like the state abbreviation. We'll paste that in. Paste in the appropriate zip codes. We'll paste that list in. Run by run. We can just paste this stuff in. And then we go to the front end and put some stuff in here to coordinate with that. We put in all the subdomains. Okay, and that would be where. Yeah, believe it or not, just in a nutshell, there's the root domain, cPanel access for it, subdomain list. So we'll just pull down that root domain with subdomain or with username and pass and the subdomains. We could create emails. We could even forward them to native emails. And we just close this thing after we hit a couple more buttons, and it's ready to upload into the bulk export utility. And when we add that new job and notify us when it's completed and pull in the Excel file, we have some choices for creating subdomains or regular folders and hit go, and it will straight create all those websites for us. And remember what I said, like the front page was the directory page? We just auto create the directory page. We auto create the sitemaps. We can just submit them right away. Okay. We can auto do all the internal linkage for all the pages just by downloading it in Excel, hitting the button, then uploading it back up into Excel. Isn't that crazy? We can remove duplicate listings if we actually pulled in listings from Reference USA, and then we're going to convert them for the directory, and we're going to convert them for global variables so we can actually make websites from all. We can do all this stuff, okay? All of our videos teach you how, actually. The videos on my YouTube channel teach you how, and the videos on the main site under videos teach you how, okay? Everything about the toolbar you need to know is here. Things about profit methods is here, okay? Call me for strategy questions if you want. How many websites should you start with? What are you trying to accomplish? How many submarkets are you trying to work for? Imagine what happens when we create a directory, not just with websites, but every website is top possible quality. It has no coding errors. It has maximized page speed. It has canonical URLs built in to double up on the link juice per page. Okay, and it has Schema, build in so Google knows what every single page is about. Well, then your pages can just rank more automatically, even if you didn't get around to buying any kind of backlinks or doing anything with it. Wait until we do put some backlinks into each one of those websites for you, which we can do. How do we do it? Create a bunch of other websites with social icons for a directory, for example, or social icons for you or a related link to you. In other words, we make our own backlinks. We make a bunch of websites with thousands of pages each that can backlink you. We do it sensibly. We don't need to put a backlink on every single page pointed in at you. We do it sensibly. Stick in the footer, put some in content links pointed over to you at the right places in certain pages. And what difference does it make? All those websites are selling you anyway. So it's not just about putting backlinks on other websites because they sell other things. We're creating our own websites with our own backlinks. So not only do they backlink us to push us up in rank, but they get carried up in rank by association with us. And that's great because they are us. They may not look like us. You might say, aren't those the same names? No, they're not. And they're all, so either it's different names, in the same cities, or it's same name but different cities. That's the whole point. It's like, are you doing the search like that, or are you actually doing the search, like this? Okay, so that you can see what's there, and then you get the different results for those cities. All right, what else? Okay. Yeah, I just want to point out, with us, everything's solid, massive, huge. We're very serious about the fundamentals because that's where it's at now. What happens if you do want to do traditional backlinking? Perfect. It's cheaper after you get rid of your coding errors. It's cheaper after you maximize your page speed. It's cheaper after you put in the canonical URLs. It's cheaper after you get schema embedded into the web pages, because Google loves to rank quality websites and it's loath to rank poor quality websites. That's why whenever you're doing searches, the websites you see pop up on the front page are usually pretty interesting. But if you go deeper down, those web pages start to look like, copyright 2010, 2009, and you realize why they're down there. No one's touched them in a long time. So you want a quality admin panel and you want access to all of those tools. What else do? We went even further. Somebody said it's got to be hard to install all those websites. The answer is no. It's not hard to create the pages per website because of our Excel toolbar. But beyond that, we also created the software installer tool. And you'll see that up here. It's one of our URLs, software installer tool. It takes you here. Okay, you can buy it. It's $2.95. It's a chunk. It's got amazing website control functions and 60 templates you can work with. Okay, these are the older templates before some of the latest upgrades, but they're still hot. They are still very great templates. They're the ones from the bottom of the main page of our site. When you go to templates, you can see what they are. That's pretty much all together in this whole stack. It's hugely valuable. Can you auto install them all onto one website in different subdomains? Yes. You can use one file to do it after you buy this thing. You can literally buy it today and have them all installed tonight with admin panels you can log into. That's 60 different admin panels, one per entirely different website on your one domain. Huge, right? So now you can have some backlink to rest, whatever you want to do. Things like that you can do. All right. And when you click, by the way, if I were to click and try to understand what this tool is all about, then it's showing all the functions. There are so many things you can do with this. It's not funny. It helps you optimize all your projects. Okay. Really hugely valuable. You got any questions? Contact us, right? Go to theme.html. We got a contact link. It's right here next to the videos link. Hit that. Okay. You can give me a call. Okay. You can fill out the form and send it. Whatever you want to do. All right. You got any questions? Just ask. We're here for you. So beyond that, there you go. You can start, you can build, you can make a lot of money. Anything we do for you, we can get done in 2, 3, 4 weeks, depending on the scope and size of your project. We can have it live, have Google indexing it. It can be showing up everywhere. And literally, we can set all these projects up for you rapidly. I think I've shown you through everything. So if you just said, I forgot where your YouTube video was, you should see this, by the way. This is 15 minutes end to end. It's really valuable to watch. Same thing down here. You should see this 3-part series. It's very valuable to watch. It's crazy. I had to blank a lot of stuff out because the customer does not want to share their results, but I had to show you anyway, and they agreed to that. So this is valuable stuff to see. All right, having said all that, if you forget what my channel is, just hit YouTube, okay? And there you go. You can subscribe. There's my channel. And then you can go to videos. Yeah, funny, I gotta get rid of the ads. And you can come on through and see what we got. Let me clarify one last thing. Wix is a joke. You're not gonna rank with it. You can't make massive projects with it. WordPress is sloppy. Okay, the coding is sloppy. It's easy to hack often. And then when it's not easy to hack, it's because they came out with upgrades, but they allow everyone to do their plugins. The problem with everyone doing plugins is they clash. So you add a few add-ins and they interfere with other parts of your website. Suddenly your page speed is screwed up. You have a lot of coding errors suddenly appear on your website when it was clean before, and you have no idea how to program those errors out unless you get rid of the plugin. We've built everything you should need: the banner blocks, internal linking, images gallery, video gallery, plugins for spinners and article AI writers with complementary keys. We've done a great deal and created these awesome tools like the software installer tool, so you can hit buttons to improve things and do more things than you could have ever done before, including automatically adding or deleting 400 subdomains per hour to any combination of websites you want. There's so many things you can do with this. You can auto install websites at the press of a button. That's another thing. When you buy templates from us, you don't just install it once. You can install it multiple times, and you can make variations of it for other people like affiliates and resellers with their information on it, or sell copies of your awesome templates to other people. Okay, so there you go. There's all these options. And again, if you're not really sure where to start, smartest bet, go to building blocks right here, get one going, or get a stack going, or get one going, and then we'll do the stack to backlink that one. Do that, and this is the greatest way to start. And then if you want to go for mass expansion, okay, do that, and we'll make those websites large for you. And so even without backlinks, you can already start to get traffic and sales. And we'll hand you the project files when we're done and show you how to expand it even more. So what you're really buying is the ability to create 250,000 pages onto a single website if you really want, and you'll know how to do it. Okay? So trust me, no one requests refunds from the work we do for them, because the work we do is awesome. We've sold thousands of websites in the past several years, and everyone is happy. Guys who come to us from WordPress do not want to go back. Guys who came to us from Wix didn't realize how much better quality websites could be. All right, all this stuff is great. We host for you on our servers that we tweaked for max performance. So our cPanels are cheap, 50 bucks a year, and the projects you get include that. For instance, the building block right here includes hosting with your cPanel, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, we'll just take care of it for you. Send you login info, you're good to go. Okay, other things you want, you can get them anytime you want. So you can work your way up the ladder for different things that you're interested in doing. Okay, nice and cool. That way you can do what you're ready to do and have us do whatever you're not sure how to do. Or you can just ask us, right? We'll point you with the video if the video exists. Or you can just ask us to do it for you if you'd rather we do it for you. We're here to help. Okay, so we offer the products and we offer our services. It's up to you what you want. All right, looking forward to getting you rolling, and I would recommend, check for any kind of deals you see. They're going to be put front and center. You'll see them right away. That way you don't miss out on anything valuable. So whatever deals you see going on, if you see this, it'll be up here, highlighted yellow, and that's where to go. Second stop, building blocks. Third stop, mass expansion. Fourth stop, directory or software installer tool, depending on where you want to go next. All these things are valuable. All right, I'm looking forward to working with you. Give me a call. We like to work with everyone, large and small. And I hope you understand the value you're providing. Again, go back to your own website and check your own scores. I think you'll be surprised. Validator.w3.org. I've seen people with over 80 coding errors. I've seen people with fatal coding errors where Google cannot even read the page anymore. It's so bad. If you have coding errors, Google doesn't know what your web page is about. It's tripping over your web page and cannot really tell what it's about. So it's too timid to rank it. All right. If you have lousy page speed, and you probably do, page speed insights, Google it. Go check out your website. If you have lousy page speed, what do you think that means? Google doesn't want to rank it because it doesn't want to show slow web pages to people. It wants to show the faster ones to people. So why do websites start to rank on the front page even though there's 583,000 competing results for that keyword? Why does Google want to show us as number 6, I think it is, or number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because of the scores. All right. This cumulative algorithmic advantage is exactly why Google likes to show us even before we started with backlinks. Once we add backlinks, Google will work with us and make our websites rank even higher and better for better keywords. Okay, I hope you found this interesting. I'm Dave with theme2html.com. Get involved, get going, get rolling, and grow. This is the way you don't just go for a website that might make you some sales, but this is a growth process that you can keep taking forward until you're as rich as you want to be. And you can have a retirement asset to sell to someone else. It can look like a directory full of industry members nationwide. All right, talk to you later. Thanks a lot for listening. More to come soon. Get rolling, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the inside.